Hey gang, good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Thursday. So it is Thursday, the sun is shining. It is just a beautiful, beautiful day. So I hope the sun is shining wherever you are in the world right now, or wherever you are in the country. I'm sure it is. I think it's like this everywhere today. So I've just deposited Finley into preschool. I'm gonna go home and do a workout. Dan's away camping, well, in his camper van in Devon this week. So my early gym sessions have not happened. So I'm going home to do a workout, and then I will be cracking on with Scentsy. But I just wanted to talk to you about something that happened this morning, and it was just a real important reminder of something that I'll share with you all the time. You'll hear people share in this industry, in this business all the time, about the power of consistency, the power of networking, and the power of looking at the bigger picture. And I titled this live, the day you plant the seed isn't the day that you eat the fruit. And it's so important when people join this business and they don't get like instant. Sometimes people come in and absolutely skyrocket straight away, and then it levels off a little bit, and then obviously they need to network a little bit more. Sometimes it's the other way around, and you come in and it's a little bit more of a slow burner. But I just want to talk to you about something that happened this morning. So some of you will remember, some of you are obviously new, so you wouldn't have known, but some of you remember, we moved to from the south of the country to like the middle of the country in November last year. So like 7 months ago now, 7 months ago. And obviously I already had some customers up here, just a few, because I've got family here. But a lot of my customers were in Essex and are still in Essex, and they either order on my website and I post to them. But I was very, very intentional when I moved about, I need to network and I need to obviously get my business out there locally. So I did various things. I've done, I had a table at a local coffee morning. We had a tractor rally that I had a table at. And I also did, some of you would have seen that I did a Saturday morning table at my gym where I go. Or I haven't been that much this week. I've been working out at home, but my gym that I go to, I had a table in the gym. Now that came from me going up to them and saying, this is Scentsy, this is what I do. Can I put a fragrance flower in your toilet? And they actually said to me, would you like to have I got chatting to the manageress, and she said, like, would you like to have a table here one day? And I was like, yeah, amazing. That would be wonderful. Thank you. So first and foremost, a few little things to take from this is sometimes you are going to have to be brave. You are going to have to step out of that comfort zone. Like I've said so many times, I go to that gym like 3 to 4 times a week. I could very easily just not have talked to anybody, not have told anybody what I did, but these are people that I'm seeing regularly, so it's really important. It's a perfect opportunity to network. So I had this table at the gym, and this is something I always say to people: if you're doing events or doing stalls or having parties, people will get really disheartened if they don't sell like £1,000 worth of stuff on the day. And I always say to them, like, I never ever look at these type of events as, you're going to do loads and loads of sales. If you do, amazing. But if you don't, it's about networking and it's about building connections. Probably the single most important bit of advice, or the biggest tip I can give you in this business, is get rid of all the fluff and build relationships. It's about building relationships. Really, it's about, building, I was going to say building friendships, but building real connections with people, whether that's online or whether that's, whether that's online or whether that's in person. And it's so important just to show up as your authentic self and show you sharing Scentsy in your life. So what happened? Obviously, I had this table at my gym probably about 6 months ago now. I didn't do loads of sales. I sold a few fragrance flowers on the day. But since then, the manageress that runs the gym has placed orders with me. I did have a website order a couple of months ago, a small one, and when I reached out, they said, oh, we saw your card in the gym. So that wasn't from my table at the gym. But when I did this table that day, I got chatting to this lovely lady, and I've seen her in there. And what starts to happen when you go to a gym is you realise, obviously, people start to go at like similar times, and you start to see the same faces. So I'd been chatting to this lady when I first set up the table, and she'd said to me, I'm going to come over at the end and I'm going to come and have a look. And I was like, amazing. And then on the day, she actually ran over as she was leaving, and she was like, I'm really sorry, I've run over time, I've got to go, have you got a business card? So she took a card, and that was it. And that was it, right? Okay, so she's unbeknown to me, she'd followed me on Instagram. I hadn't realised it was, if I'm completely honest, I hadn't realised, because sometimes people will obviously start following my page on Instagram, and I hadn't realised it was her. I hadn't realised it was this person from the gym. So she's obviously started following me on social media, and just from seeing me like sharing my posts, using Scentsy in my life, sharing what I'm doing day to day, she's obviously followed and then seen what I'm doing. And that's what I say, it's all just about being authentic. And then basically last night I had a order on my website for obsidian and Scentsy Fresh. Oh, and some wax. So obviously I've reached out and said like, thank you for your order. And it's the lady from the gym. And if I'm honest, until I like zoomed in on her profile picture, I didn't realise that was her. But that is 6 months. 6 months from me making that connection. It wasn't me spamming her. It wasn't me cold messaging her. It was me building a connection, having a conversation, and, building a connection on social media. And then she's followed for 6 months. And now she's placed an order. So now she's got a warmer. Now she's going to need wax. She's bought Scentsy Fresh. And obviously, when I go into the gym and see her, I'm going to do her like a sample pack to say thank you for your website order. I'm going to say to her like, would you like my borrow bag? Would you like to have a party? And then it goes from there. And then she's going to know people who will know people who will know people who will know people. So it's so, so important in this industry to look at the bigger picture. Guys, if anyone's commenting, I can't see comments. I will reply afterwards. But it's so important to look at the bigger picture. That order for an obsidian and Scentsy Fresh and wax, that first connection was built 6 months ago. And this is why when I try to explain to people, like people will join and then if nothing happens in the first month, they go, oh, it's not working for me. And then they quit. What would have happened if I built that connection and then she might have followed me from having my business card, but then I never shared about Scentsy. I never shared anything on my stories. I didn't share about the Monday deals. I didn't share about any of this. I didn't share my website link. She wouldn't know she wouldn't know. So it's so important. But that wasn't spammy. That was just me working my business. And that's resulted in a new connection and a new order. And obviously, I'm then going to follow up and elaborate on that. So that was just my little message today. It's really important, guys, that you always look at the bigger picture. Always be building connections. There are literally thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people in this world. And everybody knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. So when people say, oh, my customers aren't buying, nobody wants to join, they do. It is the simple answer. They do. You just have to go and find them. And it's so important to understand, like even 6 years in, I've been doing this for 6 years now. And I still continuously every month go down to zero like everybody else. And it's always about finding new customers, having conversations and building connections. And that will never ever stop. And the only thing I can ever do as a sponsor, as a leader, as a coach, as a mentor is to share with you what I'm doing and encourage you to do the same. And you are going to have to step out of your comfort zone. But that wasn't even really, I just stood at a table and had a chat with somebody. And then it's what happens afterwards, and it's the consistency, and it's the not disappearing, and it's being consistent, and it's not worrying about what people think, and all of the above. So I'm going to go home, I'm going to get my workout done, and then I'm going to crack on with my waxy world today. So have a wonderful day, guys. Remember, the day that you plant the seed isn't the day that you're going to reap the fruit, and you always need to be building connections, building relationships, and remembering the long game. Right, have an amazing day, and I'll catch you soon.